is I actually went out to get some shoes repaired that had perished. They had literally kind of disintegrated. And again, this is something that over the years I've become far more conscious of, something that would have got a hole in or might not fit me the same or was just never quite right. I would have just chucked out and got new because it's so cheap and it's so easy to do that. But I have become far, far more conscious of where the chucking it out is ending up going. It's all well and good saying, "I'll put it in a bag and take it to charity shop," but you know, that doesn't always solve all the problems. So I've become far better at mending and repairing and altering and, tweaking and, worst case scenario, listing it on a secondhand site. So I was taking my shoes to a cobbler, which is probably quite an old-fashioned thing to do. I live in a market town in Yorkshire. I knew that we had a cobbler in Otley who, is lovely. So I started to film the video just to show how easy it was going to be. I was going to show how much it was going to cost to get a pair of shoes repaired. It's not something I see on my Instagram every day. I see more people consuming new as opposed to mending old. And I loved the boots. They were great boots, but the sole had completely split. And so I was filming this video to showcase how easy it is to get things mended in the cobbler. And lo and behold, the cobbler ended up saying, "No, sorry, love, these are actually not repairable." And it kind of took me on this, different journey of the video that I was going to make, which was going to be, look how easy it is to rework your clothes, to actually this big conversation with the cobbler around how the quality of clothes over the years, and shoes in particular, has gotten so bad that he's seeing so many people now bringing shoes that are completely non-repairable just because they weren't made to last at all. And it was quite sad. So I thought, I'll just do this little ranty video, if you like, just to try and show people the impacts of fast fashion, because I think the fact that things aren't even made to last, let alone, it's sometimes the responsibility can lie with the consumer, and that can feel quite heavy. Oh, I shouldn't be buying these new shoes. Where actually, that I didn't want to buy new shoes. I don't want to buy new shoes. I wanted to mend the shoes that I already loved, but the store, the shop, the brand made them so poorly. They were never made to last more than a few wears. And that's where, as consumers, we've been kind of cheated by it. But I suppose in hindsight, a pair of 30 quid boots, what did I expect? But they were 5 or 6 years old. So, it's one of those things, and it's hopefully going to give people a bit more of an insight into, okay, these are 30 quid now, but what if I still want them in 2 years? And I should still want them in 2 years, and I still want to be wearing them in 2 years. Actually, price per wear, for me to invest in a pair of boots that are maybe 100, 150 quid, I appreciate that is a luxury, but you'll still be trotting around in them in like 15, 20 years time, which is a bargain if you ask me.
I love how you were going to do that video in one kind of storyline, and then you got completely sidelined in it. And it's like the most kind of real video ever, because you yourself, like the narrator of the video, you're kind of being brought in this completely different direction. You think, oh my goodness, like really? It's shocking, I think, that when you're trying to, fix the shoes, say, and they're not able to be fixed, it's a bit of a reality check, I think. And you go, okay, this is actually where we're at now. This is a normal thing. And I want to ask you a bit about the industry you work in and the presenting that you do. And obviously a lot of it, you have a lot of knowledge, I guess, about weather and the weather cycles and how it all kind of relates. Can you give us a little bit of an introduction in your job and what you do, but then also how this has kind of changed your mindset on that? Because you alluded to that a bit before, but perhaps, you've said that your own family have continued, as they have before. And a lot of people will say, okay, I appreciate that, but what really is the difference in me buying some cheaper boots and getting some new boots a few years later? Is that really going to make a difference, to the whole world and the whole climate? And how is that going to make an